Welcome to this 10-minute tutorial session on data quality dashboard. Today we will see a quick overview of idea behind DQD, some examples of data quality checks, followed by a short demo of our dashboard. So what is data quality dashboard? Data quality dashboard or DQD is an open source R package which is built based on Khan's framework to assess the quality of observational data. So this leads us to the next question, what is Khan's framework? Khan's framework is nothing but a systematic approach or a logical framework to assess the quality of data based on different dimensions such as completeness, conformance, and plausibility. While there are several other dimensions available to assess the quality of data, DQD uses Khan's framework because it focuses specifically on EMR data quality. Now let's look at examples under each of these dimensions. Currently, we are looking at the plausibility dimension. Any records that satisfies the rule that you see on screen is indicative of data quality issue because the value 1850 is not believable for a column like year of birth. The reason why I've highlighted certain parts of the rule in color is because I want you to know that these terms can be parameterized or generalized to work across different tables and columns. For example, if you look at this rule, we have replaced the year of birth with day supply and person table with the drug exposure table and the value 1850 with 0. Now this becomes a new rule and it focuses on assessing the quality of day supply field under drug exposure table. Hope this helps you understand how the rules can be generalized. Now let's look at another dimension, which is completeness. This rule focuses on assessing the missingness of a column in a table. Similar to the previous rule, again here you can replace the column person source value with any other column and the column person with any other table. Now let's look at another dimension, which is conformance. You might know that tables in the database usually involve constraints such as primary key and foreign key. This rule says that there are some IDs and visit IDs in the observation table that are not present in the parent visit table. Anyone familiar with the OMOP-CDM tables might know that visit occurrence is the place where you store all visit related information. So ideally we expect to see only IDs from visit occurrence table in other tables such as observation. So this rule helps us uncover such data inconsistencies. So based on all these three dimensions and different ways of generalizing these rules, we get around 3,351 checks for the OMOP-CDM tables available. So across different categories such as verification and validation. Yeah, so now let's see how to run data quality dashboard and demo of our dashboard. Yeah, so what you're seeing now is the official data quality dashboard documentation. Here you have information on how to install the data quality dashboard, how to execute the data quality checks. First, you will establish connection to your database by keying in the password, username, password. Then you set up your schema details. Then you set up your configuration, whether you want to run it using a single thread or multiple thread. You configure that. And then SQL only is usually set to false because we want the R package to run the data quality checks rather than just produce the SQL codes for us. So we set it to false. Output folder is the place where the execution logs go. I want to talk about these three things. Yeah, check levels. You can see that data quality dashboard runs checks at different levels such as table, field, and concept. For any reason, if you want to run only checks at the table level, then you can remove these two values, field and concept, from the check levels. Similarly, we have check names for each of the checks. You can find them under this path in the GitHub repository of data quality dashboard. If you want to exclude any specific checks or if you want to run only specific check, you can provide the names here. And then if you want to exclude any specific table from data quality assessment, you can exclude them. For example, our data source did not have information on procedure, devices, etc. So I keyed in those tables under this specific vector, tables to exclude. Once I have configured all the above parameter, I execute this function, which is execute data quality checks, and it may take around 10 to 15 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hour, 3 hour based on your data set size. For our data set size of 5,000 patients, it takes around 15 minutes. Once you run the data quality dashboard, you want to view the output in the web form as a Shiny application, so that it's easy to understand the results. So you can configure the JSON, you can key in the JSON path here, and then you can execute this view data quality dashboard function. Once you execute this function, it will pull up the R Shiny app, which has the results of our data quality assessment. Yeah, so since I cannot run the checks now, I have already run and I have opened the data quality dashboard for you. So yeah, so what you are seeing is the dashboard of our data quality execution. Here KTPH is the source name and the result was generated on 16th. And then, yeah, so the version is 1. Yeah, so the important thing is, like we have run around 2,622 checks, out of which 2,584 checks have passed and 38 checks have failed. The reason why you see only 2,622 instead of 3,351, which I showed you in the slide, is because we have excluded a lot of tables because we don't have data for such tables, so we have excluded them. Yeah. So, and this is the metadata information which is pulled from the OMOP CDM instance. If you have configured metadata information in that table, DQD pulls it for you. And then let's look at the results. I've already filtered based on failed category, so because that's interesting than looking at results which are passed. So let's look at the first one. Okay, under observation table, we have a rule which is failed, and it is relational conformance. The rule is, okay, number and percentage of records that have value in the visit occurrence ID field in the observation table that does not exist in the visit occurrence table. Yeah, so this is similar to the example that we saw in the PPT. There are some orphan visit IDs in the observation table because they don't have any connection to the visit occurrence table. The DQD experts have configured the limit threshold as 0. And in our data set, all the records have failed this check. So you can see 100% here. So since all the records have failed, 100 is greater than the threshold that they are configured, which is 0. This rule is classified as failed. The reason why this check is failed because our data source has observation information based on questionnaire data, and those questionnaire data does not have any associated visit information. So hence we have keyed in as 0 for all the visit occurrence ID, or we might have left it empty. So that's why you see the values are not present in the visit occurrence table, and this is an expected issue, and we are not concerned about fixing this because it cannot be fixed. But then this helps us kind of highlight the issues that are that can be seen in our data set. Let's look at, say, for example, another rule here, which is based on